Yo, 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 what's the business, y'all? It's your local neighborhood super rig, hater supreme, off in this thing with my boy Briss. What's poppin', bro?
What's good, bro? Another good day for me, as always.
That's what we're talking about. Today, we are going to be watching a video from Hip Hop Madness. It's called Kendrick Lamar Tried to Warn Us About Drake's Gang. And apparently, it ain't been nothing but a gangster party in Drake's circle. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, check out our last reaction video of friend of the channel's What's the Dirt Euphoria video. Also, become a member of our community. Go to our page, hit the join. Only $2.99. You can't beat it. And if you hate things like I hate things, especially if you hate Drake, make your way over to our Patreon, Hateration Nation, Society of Healthy Hating. Get over there. And it's not just about Drake. That's just my personal thing. It's about conspiracy theories and a whole bunch of other things. Whole bunch of stuff. We talk about a whole bunch of stuff over there. So make your way over there. All right. Well, let's click the start button. Make sure you go over to Hip Hop Madness. Give them a subscribe and like because they make great videos as well. I find myself watching a few of their videos. All right. Here we go.
At the height of the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, both men's affiliations and crews were called into question. In Drizzy's case, he had to face accusations that his crew was full of abusers. Meanwhile, Drake seemed to suggest that Kendrick's ties to the Bloods were nothing more than rumors and speculation, even going as far to say that YG was one of the only rappers to really bang a set.
That was dumb as hell, Drake. How you gonna talk about who really banging says CB? You and CB wasn't even cool like that, and you didn't even grow up with YG. Why are you mentioning dudes that you know have a more likeliness of being cool with Kendrick like that? Insane. Let's continue.
If Can't Read the Room was a person, it'd be Drake.
This nigga can't read shit. They was talking about Mayweather couldn't read.
Or he later realized that the relationship was strictly business. Declared a civilian and colonizer, the perception that Drake was a way softer guy than his rival K-Dot made sense. After all, one grew up in Compton, while the other spent their early years in the suburbs of Toronto. But if you dig a little deeper, it turns out that Drake, who's been telling the world that he'll make someone around him catch a body like that since 2011.
I don't know how did they get a pass?
But he around, it looked like he around real goons over here.
Apparently, I'm just saying. Before this video, did anybody believe that when it was said?
No.
All right, let's continue.
No.
It'd actually be deeper intertwined with Toronto's underworld. And when you dig even deeper, it looks like Mr. No New Friends has a whole new entourage these days, and that's a far cry from the crew that he used to roll with.
Nobody that I've ever considered a true friend has switched up. But these like fly-by-night people that you just come across, they're all not to be trusted.
But to paint a picture, we need to take a look at Drake's original crew.
How long ago was that interview? Because that couldn't have been recent because he didn't have the braids. So he said that back then, however, still threw CB and YG in a song when he himself said nobody can be trusted and had a whole OVO mole in the bitch.
And why are you putting that much trust in a fly-by-night person?
But this goes back to the video we watched before where he knew a nigga for 2 weeks and was like, my brother, come out to my brother. In whatever accent he was talking in on the stage in that particular video.
That's like that RBG skit. What's the cat's name? RDG?
Like, RDC1.
Yeah, RDC1, them cats. Yeah.
Emerged on the scene, his friends, which consisted of Obi O'Brien, 40, OVO Ryan, Oliver, Future the Prince, and Chubbs, were easily identifiable, and it wasn't for how imposing they were. But over time, most of them have moved past their status as extras in Drake's music videos. To start, the co-founder of Drake's record label, OVO Nico, was a first-generation Canadian whose parents moved from the Philippines, and now he co-owns the Scarborough Shooting Stars basketball team. Meanwhile, his longtime producer, OVO...
Wait, what's his name? J. Cole played for the Shooting Stars Canadian team?
Was that J. Cole? I don't think that was J. Cole, was it?
Bro, that was J. Cole.
Nah, bro.
That ain't J. Cole.
Oh, wow.
And that's not a shoot. That's not. Do you know who the royal? Is that clitoris? Is that what that word is? The royal cutters?
They gotta say Royal City.
Oh. I thought that was a real shit.
Can you say that on YouTube?
I mean, I done said pussy before, so I don't. I said cunt, and cunt didn't get caught, so I guess it's all right. But yeah, this nigga was a real star.
Damn.
Wow. And that dude don't have the team. That's crazy. All right, let's continue.
Meanwhile, producer OVO 40 also oversees the label while Future the Prince, his touring DJ and
I
executive.
thought that was Tevin Campbell. But he look. Can we talk for a minute?
My nigga TC Banker set. Let's continue.
His manager. From the outset, these men seemed like genuine friends, and much like Drizzy himself, each of them were outliers in the hyper-masculine world of hip-hop, as they were far more soft-spoken, and honestly, kind of bordered on nerdy.
Me and Drake got together as friends. We were in a small city, Toronto. It's not a small city, but it becomes a very small city, and it was a small scene at that time. We got together because we were both young and being progressive and doing a lot of great things for our city.
Over time, these men took on various leadership.
What is that sign he throwing up? He always throwing up. I mean, half of me want to say it's the Illuminati sign, but that's like this. Now watch me show up missing, throwing up signs I don't know shit about. But what is it? Is that like the 6ix 9ine?
That's what I would guess, the 6, but I don't know. That because they ain't 6 because he got his 2 fingers. I don't know what's happening there.
I know Tree 6 had a way they did the 6 where it was like, let me stop throwing up shit before
Is he a Kappa? Is he a Kappa?
I mean, that is like all the Kappas I knew looked like that.
Yeah.
I ain't seen one that looked like this yet. I seen a lot of Omegas and all them other niggas that look like this, but not any Kappas. I seen a lot of Kappas look like you too, nigga, but not like this. Let's continue.
Framework, while others found themselves on the outside looking in. For example, O.B. O'Brien was once seen as a promising rapper in his own right with tracks like Steve Nash and 2 On featuring Drizzy himself, but allegedly he got caught up with the feds on drug charges, as well as allegations that he, along with another former member of Drake's circle, might have been talking to underage girls. That man was O.V.O. Ryan, Drake's real-life cousin.
The whole time, since the beginning, that's who they was hanging around with.
Yeah, like what is happening with him right now to just catch him?
Buddy
spot.
over here.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick Ross might have popped some Molly in his drink. He ain't even know it. And this dude, what's up with his? This is a collapsed nasal cavity, nigga. This is cocaine, nigga. He did scarred face levels of cocaine, nigga. I know a collapsed cocaine cavity when I see it, my nigga. This motherfucker ain't got no nostrils left, my nigga.
This is Michael Jackson-ish.
This nigga is ghoulish. Let's continue.
Who was completely cut loose from the crew, accused of interfering with Johnny Manziel's career by always, quote-unquote, bringing the party.
What? Look at this picture of Drake right here. What level? What? How? This dude is like a chameleon of weirdo looks. This nigga look like he would be on the post office in the FBI Most Wanted right here with that 730 shadow. He looked like a legit stalker right here. This is Stalker Drizzy. Let's continue.
Allegedly called out for bringing underage girls to the Yellow Estate, as well as being a...
Wait, what was that show about the serial killer that was kidnapping the gay black dudes and cooking them? Jeffrey Dahmer? That's a Jeffrey Dahmer. That's a Jeffrey Dahmer photo right there, my nigga. Let's continue.
Drug addict. Over time, the proximity to success went to Ryan's head, and Drake cut ties completely, with Drake seemingly referencing him on the track Losses. Then we have the head of Drake's security, Chubbs, shouted out in the Thank Me Later liner notes where he said, "Thanks for risking your life every day to ensure my safety." Chubbs was a one-man army at the outset of Drake's career, but even with Chubbs ready to risk his life for Drake, this wasn't enough to deter rappers from treating Drake like the soft kid from the 6 and essentially bullying him. Because of this, Drake was on the receiving end of violations that have since become the stuff of hip-hop legend, like the time a friend of T.I.'s urinated on his leg in a movie theater.
The wildest I've ever seen before in my life.
All right, have you ever...
Why they stop at that store? I wanted to hear.
Hey,
I
I'm gonna have to
wanted to
find
hear
that
the
story.
entirety of the story.
I'm gonna have to find that story one day because I know T.I. was using hella big words.
Dude, he was like the excruciatingly enormous amount of cautionary unitary track was released, opened, relaxed his muscle. I'm sorry, y'all, I don't know enough big words to do no damn T.I. impression. I'm gonna need the source and all that. Yo, I'm sorry, hip hop madness, and we gonna have to skip your commercial. All right, let's go.
In the description, or head on over to lalal.ai right now and get to create. All right, with that said, let's get back to the video.
The wildest I've ever seen before in my life.
Thank you, because we was gonna have to go find it. You don't just drop people off like that, all right?
Like, but I ain't had no malicious intent. I don't see how it could ever be taken as a diss. I don't see how it could be. That would be someone allowing their emotions to manipulate them, if so.
Elsewhere, he was slapped by Diddy.
Wait, you tell a story about how nigga a grown man pissed on me, and I'm not supposed to take that as a diss?
What?
Yeah, now that's some master manipulating right there, my nigga. Fuck that.
President J. Cole, of all people, leaping to his defense. And to make matters worse, he wasn't safe in his own city either. In 2009, he was robbed for $2,000 in cash, an Audemars Piguet watch, and a diamond chain Lil Wayne had gifted him. I knew it was a setup because I had on a sweater and a jacket, but when they banged on the car window with a gun and opened the door, the first thing he said was, "Yo, run that chain." They didn't rob her, and her purse was sitting right there, so I was like, okay, yep, you set the whole thing up. But for Drake, this was a turning point, and in the track From Florida with Love, he discussed how people had their pistols loaded, pointed at my truck, and you know that lesson stuck. From that day, I never touched the road without a plug. From this exact moment, this marked the beginning of Drake's transformation, and a crew to go with it. And soon...
That's odd. My next line would have been like, I ain't never leave a motherfucking house strapped, and I ain't trusting no hoes. Like,
it sound like Drake got scared into the thuggery.
Well, not into thuggery, but into hiring thuggery.
That's a better way to say it. Yeah.
But you're right. This was 100% fear based because, and just on some real shit, it's not a dumb move. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should protect yourself. But I'm gonna be honest. I would have acquired the protection after getting pissed on. It wouldn't have took me to get fucking robbed for no chain, nigga. I would have had a bodyguard the next day after I got pissed on and didn't do shit about it. And the story wouldn't I ended with, it would have been like, yeah, Super Rig was found beat to death after slapping the shit out of somebody who pissed on him. Because you gotta go. Something gotta happen.
What can you say? You pop him in the head or you die right there, son?
Hey, something gonna happen. I might be outnumbered, damn it, but my son gonna be like, hey, you know my daddy died because he slapped the shit out of somebody pissed on him. It didn't just go down like that. All right, let's continue.
He was moving differently. With Chubbs in tow, Drake began adding a whole string of hard-edged characters to his entourage, including the infamous Baka Not Nice. Before the world knew him as...
I will never in my life, ever, I'm gonna be honest, bro. This might be the most...
The infamous...
Never trust a motherfucker that wear a fur North Face jacket in a basketball game. And everybody was masked up in the back. There was COVID. He wasn't even masked up, my nigga. I ain't go front. Outside of forcing that young lady to put her bodies out on the street, I'm gonna be honest. This is very Tony Yo-Yo-ish type behavior right here, my nigga. This is Freaky Zeke. This was the Freaky Zeke of the group.
Drake's squad looked like a lot. I thought that was Glenn Rice. Like, I don't even know if you remember Glenn Rice. Like, he got a lot of people in his squad, like a lot of damn people. Why is he around?
I'm gonna have to find a picture of Glenn Rice for the uninitiated. Let's continue, Glenn. I ain't heard that name in so long, nigga. I heard that name since NBA 97, my nigga. Let's continue.
Miss Baka Not Nice. Before the world knew him as the guy with the weird case, Baka was known as Drake's self-proclaimed goon. And on songs like No Long Talk, Drake leaned into his tough image, showcasing these new, edgy additions to his entourage. And in interviews, Baka confirmed that if things were to get crazy, he's the man who sent in to defuse the situation.
You gotta understand something. If you're gonna disrespect my boss, my brother, my friend, or anybody on my team, I'm gonna feel offended. It would be weird if I didn't. Those are my brothers. Those are the men that I eat with. If he needs me, he will call me.
And soon,
How would you feel about calling it and saying, referring to your homeboy as your boss first before a homeboy?
But was he his boss first, and then they became friends after he hired him, or did he know him at first, and that was his homeboy? Then he just put him on. Because that's what it sounded like to me. Like he didn't really know him. They were like, man, we got this cat named Baka. He don't give a fuck about nothing. He'll kill everybody.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how old Baki is, but if he is, and let's say he in his 20s, at the time of the interview, anybody with a receding hairline at that early, they really ain't got shit to live for. It's a C-minute they will take your life. Let's continue. Because, I mean, what's the point when your hairline ran from your face that early? I'd have been gave up on life. Straight hobo status.
his services would be enlisted as Drake began to act like a different man.
Shout out to the Rogaine soldiers out there. No offense. I'm just saying, keep living. But, you know, I understand if you do go out.
Than the sensitive, thoughtful antidote to gangster rap that he once seemed to be. For starters, in 2014, you had petty situations like stripper Johnny Blaze and Atlanta IG model Shia G being harassed for exposing their encounters with Drake. In Johnny's case, she said it began with heated text messages from Drake before it progressed to members of his entourage banging on her door and threatening her life. As for Shia, her crime was simply showing off Drake's affectionate side, as he'd allegedly bought her designer bags. On top of incidents like starting fights with Chris Brown, Drake's newfound confidence led to incidents like producer Detail, who was offered the executive gig on Drake's album, being assaulted for refusing to exclusively produce for Drake. Supposedly, he arrived at Drake's home at 2 a.m. under the pretext that they were going to hop into the studio. And at this point, he was allegedly jumped by Chubbs, who left him with a broken jaw. "I will beat all your ass, including your," Chubbs apparently said amidst the beatdown. "I don't give I will hit you again. Do you think Drake is soft? You think Drake's a punk?" Detail said,
I would have been like, yeah, I do. I do. Let's continue.
he was so badly hurt he couldn't work for a year, TMZ reported. He asked Drake repeatedly and in vain to cover his medical expenses. And when Drake
Damn. Have you noticed something about the ones that got beat up the worst? So far, look like, you know, they look like they can't fight like that. Like, why would they get the worst beatdowns when they look like the least threatening? I think, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I got a theory. Let's continue. We go test this theory. I got a theory.
refused, Detail sued. Unfortunately, he wasn't even the last former music collaborator to be on the receiving end of violence, because in 2016, Toronto rapper Mo G spoke out about OVO's business practices, claiming that he hadn't been fairly compensated for the work he'd done.
Have you ever heard in the history of hip-hop a man plays creativity and helps make Billboard hits but doesn't get paid $1 for it, one credit for it, and he's stuck in the hood? That doesn't make sense. Oliver's a snake, double-headed snake.
Previously shouted out on Summer 16 as Mo G with the dance moves, it became apparent that clout wasn't enough for Mo, and he wanted to be compensated. And after a series of posts, OVO eventually paid him to make the problem go away, and all social media references to Drake were deleted. However, Mo wasn't done there, and when he didn't feel like he got enough money, he took things a step further and sought to unveil unreleased music of Drake's that he had a hand in.
Just to let the world know, I never got paid no 12 grand. For the record, I'm not signed to OVO. Check the history. I always delete all my posts, and I deleted it because I got bigger info coming to you right now.
Just days afterwards, Mo posted to his Instagram to reveal that he'd been on the receiving end of an assault and that he had been hospitalized, claiming that this is what happens when you speak from the heart, #dirtyindustry. Since then, Mo G's momentum has fizzled out, and he's since claimed that he's essentially been blackballed from his own city. Dear fans, am I being blackballed? For the past 2 years now, I'm banned from 99.9% of studios in Toronto. I'm banned from all clubs. I'm banned from doing shows. I'm banned from doing appearances. And when I get lucky and find a studio, engineers salt up my whole thing. They turn up the headphones, up on full blast on some hater, and they wonder why I stopped rapping for 2 years. There's no opportunity. It's simple. Suddenly,
That's crazy. You go to the studio and you trying to record. They turn your headphones up on max.
Bruh, that is what, and what you said has a lot of credence, because think about Chubb. They said Chubb didn't do shit to Puff, because Puff is a real Puff ain't taking no ass whooping. So it sounds like to me, like is Chubb and them, is Drake people one of them cats that only do stuff to people they know they can win against to get their numbers up? Did you know somebody like that in school? They only really fought people that they knew they could beat, or some people that was considered not wanting to fight weak or whatever.
By the grace of God, I never hung with no hoe ass niggas like that. I do not.
I definitely didn't hang with them, but I seen them niggas.
I ain't even see that. Anybody I seen that went against somebody was somebody that brought upon themselves and made it known that they felt like it was better. I ain't never seen no whole behavior like that in real life. Outside of like, you know, some Eve Love Is Blind shit where I was real young. It was like, oh man, for real, you do, nigga, the nachos almost done, bro. Why you gotta do it? I'm stepping outside. Let's continue. That's damn. It's kind of not a true story. A little bit it is. Let's continue.
During beatdowns on the download, Drake's crew have continued to move like this ever since. In 2017.
Hey, don't step in the middle of domestic violence situations when you in somebody's house and you know they know where the gun's at. It's just a public announcement for you guys out there. For anybody who's like, you went out like a bitch, I'm here to tell y'all these motherfucking stories, nigga. And tuck my kids in at night. Fuck that. Let's continue. And she got away. She eventually got away from the nigga. I'm let you know.
Rumors about an altercation between Dram and Drake started doing the rounds. Then, later in 2023, her loss, Drake seemed to gloat about what had happened, spitting, "Tried to bring the drama to me. He ain't know how we cha-cha slide." Refusing to let this go unchecked, Dram revealed his side of the story. And just like every incident we've talked about so far, it was Drake's goons that put in the work for him.
Somebody tell Drake to shut the up about that, man. 5 years ago, never even touched me. I pressed his ass. I ain't gonna hold you. His bodyguards went to town on the kid. But his bodyguards in, not his. He ain't touched me. He's a, you know that.
Emboldened by his street.
How would you feel if you got your bodyguards with somebody ass and then they still talking Cash Money shit because you did not? Because with all of the Puffy stories, nigga, yeah, his bodyguards might have roughed you up, but that nigga, as we seen in the hotel video, he is very hands-on, nigga. And it ain't no stories I done heard about Puff, whether it was beating Steve Stout's ass, whether it's shooting motherfuckers in the club and making Sean take the damn rap for it, or any other Puff stories. He was hands-on with the shit. What does that make Drake look like to you, where he got Dram beat up by his shit and Dram is coming back with, yeah, your bodyguards beat me, but nigga, I pressed you and you didn't do shit. You didn't do shit. Making the call ain't doing shit. Do you feel that making the call is not doing shit?
It makes Drake probably feel insignificant in the inside. Like he got this fake power, this facade of power. But really in the inside, he know he ain't shit.
That's gotta suck. That's gotta suck to, you know, because once that bubble pop, you got this bubble around you, but what's gonna happen when the bubble pop? What's gonna happen if you end up in cell block 1, nigga? Oh, I know. He just gonna make sure everybody commissary straight for more protection. Or he may put that BBL to work. Let's continue.
Drake soon started linking up with individuals from the Reps Up label, including G-Way and Galloway Boys Gang members like Gilla and P. Rain, as well as the late Anthony Fifth Soares, whose death Drake publicly mourned on Instagram. Furthermore, he was known to have ties with people such as the Triple G Gang and Halal Gang. With that, he only grew even more cocky, resulting in Kanye West tweeting in December of 2018 that Drake called trying to threaten me. The kid he had run on stage in Pusha's concert is in critical condition. So Drake, if anything happens to me or anyone from my family, you are the first suspect, so cut the tough talk. But Drake would do anything but stop and continue to play this new, well-connected life where he was desensitized to violence. Plus, courtesy of his ties to Jay Prince and Houston's Mob Ties crew through his early discovery by Jazz Prince, it was Kanye that would be soon backing down and asking to perform at a benefit show with Drizzy as Jay Prince stood menacingly in the background.
I'm making this video to address the ongoing back and forth between myself and Drake. Both me and Drake have taken shots at each other, and it's time to put it to rest. I believe this event will not only bring awareness to our cause, but prove to people everywhere how much more we can accomplish when we lay our pride to the side and come together.
Nigga, that is a hostage video.
When the fuck did that happen?
I've never seen that before.
I don't remember
when. I thought the mother, because that was for the Jerry Hoover shit.
I guess because Jay Prince sitting there like, yeah, don't say something wrong. Probably somebody with a gun on the other side of the camera. Kanye definitely looks spooked. Like
nigga,
inside.
That nigga's fearful.
Wow.
And this nigga standing there like, nigga, this look like some motherfucking damn what's the name? Al Qaeda shit, nigga. This looked like it was taken in a fucking cave, nigga, in the mountains of Afghanistan.
It really does, bro.
Who the fuck go? That's not nothing you need to have to read off the phone. If you got to read off the this nigga act like he was Drake trying to freestyle at Hot 97 with Funkmaster Flex.
I don't think Kanye wrote that. He definitely didn't write that shit.
I definitely don't, but Sahara Prince didn't write it either. Rhymefest didn't write that shit. Nigga, that was a J Prince special.
Damn.
Nigga, look at his face, man. That nigga was all he wanted to do was get home to his kids, man. Damn. Wow, nigga, I ain't go front, nigga. But once again, guess who is not standing next to him looking menacing?
That's rough, bro. That's rough right there.
Shouldn't Drake be the one that's standing there menacing, though?
What Drake ain't hard? Oh.
Excellent catch. Yeah. Excellent catch. Let's continue. I'll pause.
Now well-versed in the ways of the streets, it's for this reason that he could watch Bennett Snipes get wailed on by Eunice Benjima without batting an eyelid. Sued by the victim.
Wait, was that him talking shit in the back? Hold on. Dude, look at this shot. So that's him. How do I make this shit go slow motion and shit? Speed back. I think he was talking Cash Money shit in the back, bro. Hold up. Yeah, he did the tippy toe shit. He was like, yeah, and then it. Wow, dude. Wow, man. When Raekwon sent that nigga in there to punch the shit out of Joe Budden that time for talking shit motherfucking on the internet, I don't remember him back there talking Cash Money shit or nothing. Raekwon 9 times out of 10 was downstairs smoking the damn Black and Mal and shit and was like, yeah, that shit done? He was like, yeah, boss. Like, the fuck? Maybe he didn't know. He might have been at the drawer. Anything Raekwon does is perfectly fine. It's the chef. Let's continue. Wow. That shit is wow.
Sued by the victim for traumatic brain injury, as well as injuries to his back, neck, and shoulders. Following the attack, Sipes also alleged Drake gave him a throat/hand gesture as he exited the VIP section before he was allegedly tagged.
Wait, so you talking about one of these?
What the fuck? Bruh. Yo. Hey, Drake is a hoe, bro. Like, if all this shit, Drake is a hoe, bro. Like a hoe, bro.
All right, let's be for real, dude. Have you done been in a lot of fisticuff situations, nigga?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen someone give this in real life?
No, dog, that's some hoe shit. I see that at the Kumite on Bloodsport. Drake did the Kumite. And then to me, if you out here got other people whooping ass and you ain't whoop no ass at all, and you out here giving a throat slash, that's like saying, man, I just got some ass last night, but then you really just jacked off, nigga. You didn't even do nothing. You didn't bust no cheek, clap no cheeks, nigga. You over here, you jacked off and talking about, oh, I got some fire ass last night. No, you did. You
my
ain't
nigga,
did shit, bro.
My nigga, I literally, nigga, tried to look back in this whole cabinet of toys to see if it's been a cartoon character I seen that done did that shit before, nigga. I ain't seen no car. I can't think of nowhere outside of some Bloodsport shit, and without your reference, I'm still trying to search my brain for the movies that occurred, that this actually occurred. So I wish somebody would do that shit in real life.
Maybe Drake is so gangster that he just up to that level where throat slashes is normal activity. Maybe
we just have not been in the presence of that level of gangsterdom. Because I'm trying to see, was that had to occur in Godfather? So let anybody that's a mafioso movie watching motherfucker, let me know, was that in Goodfellas or some shit and I just missed it? All right, y'all. So I was not aware that a gangster such as Gucci, who is actually taking someone's life, had done it. However, I did find these more appropriate examples that I think Fraudry probably got that gesture from. Okay, not the one from the woods. He don't know shit about the woods. Let's continue. Was it in Scarface? I'm because it's not. I don't remember it popping up.
The restroom. From Halal Gang to the Triple G crew, Drake's reach in Toronto apparently knows no bounds now. As a result, when DJ Drama, who was seen as an instigator in the Meek Mill Drake beef back in the day, visited Toronto, he was robbed for his chain, and after they carried out the deed, they shouted out none other than Drizzy while flexing the stolen loot.
This what you get for not checking in. Shout out boy Drizzy, eh? You know how he rocks.
But it isn't just Toronto's inner city gangs that Drake.
I ain't gonna lie. After Megan Thee Stallion and Rick Ross, Drizzy, just call a nigga Drizzy by itself sound very plausible. It's always sounded plausible, and you need to have a prefix for it, whether it's BBL Drizzy or I don't know,
whole ass throat slasher Drizzy. I can't believe these stories, bro. I knew nothing. This is crazy, bro. Like super crazy, man.
I ain't gonna front. If I'm hanging out with my boy and number one, he ain't doing no ass whooping. Bodyguards is doing all the ass whooping, and he like, I'm like, hey nigga, what the fuck? Hey, I don't know what he on, bro, but you got your ass whooped and shit. I don't know what he talking about, man. Hey, nigga, that shit was not cool, nigga. Like, what is that, nigga? Is you Captain Hook or something, my nigga? He had to see that in the movie, nigga. That can't be real. Let's continue, man. God damn, man.
Has ties to. Bizarrely, he's also apparently affiliated with the Toronto branch of the Hells Angels, the famed motorcycle club known for their violent ways and heavy involvement in organized crime. And this was exemplified when Rick Ross recently slid through Toronto playing Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Immediately, he was confronted by Hells Angels members and jumped. Later, his DJ Sam Sneak was also assaulted. Then it was revealed that the man who carried out the assault was none other than Andreas Terazakis.
Hey, that look
DJ?
like a...
Nah,
this the dude that pulled it off. Like,
I'm talking about the dude. They said his DJ, Rick Ross DJ.
Yeah, that skinny dude
that was getting beat down.
Yeah,
why was the DJ fighting and not Rick Ross? The DJ ain't. I thought that was all security guards fighting.
Well, I don't know, because it was like 3 niggas that got whooped. So
yeah.
I don't know which one that was.
I thought they was all security guards, but the dude that he just showed with Rick Ross that said it was his DJ, he got it the worst.
Nah, that was that nigga with the dreadlocks. I don't think that was the same nigga.
I'm gonna have to show you what I'm talking about because it was a dude because he the one who got beat to sleep on the side.
Yeah, but he had the dreadlocks, right?
Yeah, but it was the bodyguard had the dreadlocks. He was the big dude that had the dreadlocks.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the other skinny nigga that was like, put up your dukes, and then they laid that nigga out in the Canadian.
That was a guy. That was a DJ.
I thought it was a third dude that got his ass whooped.
I'm gonna have to look at that again.
Damn, it's really sad that we talking about 3 separate niggas that all got their ass whooped. And now I'm kind of thinking about it. I mean, yeah, like you said, once the bodyguards get taken out and now my DJ ass getting whooped, I gotta step in now. It's my responsibility to protect my damn DJ at this point.
And Rick Ross left out the gate. But I guess Keith Sutherland right here is whooping ass.
hey, this nigga look like he look like Scary Spice ex wife beating ass husband Henry Belafonte or something like that.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man, this shit is wild, bro. Let's continue, man. And also on another note, another loss of points. Okay, I'm paying for protection for it. How scared am I if I'm going from gangs to Baka Not Nice, and then I'm like, that's not enough. I think I need to get a all-white nationalist group that pretty much for the most part is associated with hating niggas, except for that one dude that and yes, that was the hard R. If y'all ever hear me talking about a racist group, I'm always gonna use the hard R in their reference to shit. And whenever I reference Fraudry saying the N-word, is always gonna have the hard R, because the evidence, you can go to our motherfucking damn reels. That's how he says it.
It is, bro.
That's his real way to say it. He had to practice to put the A at the end.
When you get to the point where you throat slashing people, You need some more higher guns.
Hey, if you doing this, you definitely say nigger with an ER at the end. Ain't no nigga saying this. Let's continue. Throw slash as I walk from the bathroom.
Otherwise known as Icarus. His father, Anthony Big Tony Terazakis, who was affiliated and spent time in prison for trafficking drugs in the downtown east side of Vancouver, as well as numerous brutal assaults. Previously seen in a Hell's Angels sweater from Toronto's Route 18 in a photograph alongside Travis Scott, Drake's flagrant use of their imagery led to Staff Sergeant Lindsay Houghton of the Toronto Police condemning his actions. Seen alongside his neighbor and Hell's Angel affiliate, Andrew Kernow, in the video Family Matters, it seems like Drake...
Do that even look cool on some real shit? That dude, I understand, you know, we could back to the mafioso movies, Fat Tony and all the motherfuckers are out of shape and shit, but I mean, this just ain't a good look in general, bro. Especially on the damn this dude had the worst like his team is horrible. And they standing next to an outhouse too. What's cool about standing next to an outhouse? Is this more you poking fun about slavery, nigga? About how we was slaves and we couldn't afford bathrooms at the time, so you go stand next to an outhouse? Dirty motherfucker.
Next to an outhouse, and like that dude is a Windows administrator.
I was about to say a slave owner, but I guess but that too. Let's continue. And apparently he is. Somebody said in our comments one time that's his next door neighbor.
That's what they just said right here.
Yes. So I don't know, man.
Is really doing his most to not only maintain a profitable career, but also create a network of people who are ready to slide for him whenever required. And
that dude got Ozempic face. He was on the Ozempic before the whole. He was on the Ozempic, bro. He been on the O.
Who's talking about Drake?
Drake. Yep. Look at his face all sunk in and shit. He looking like damn Leor Cohen and what's that comedian last name Burns that lived to be like 50 years old, 50,000 years old. I'll post a picture of it. Let's continue.
Date. So when The Weeknd's manager Cash XO's house is shot up just days after the recent gunfire at Drake's mansion, which led to a bodyguard being hospitalized, it almost feels like he's hiding in plain sight.
Oh wait, that really happened. The Weeknd's manager getting his shot up.
I thought he said outside of Drake house though. I thought he said outside.
Oh yeah, well yeah. What? Wasn't no damn manager, man. He tried to get some damn sympathy hugs and shit, digital sympathy hugs.
Hold on, rewind it a little bit. I want to make, because I thought they said outside of Drake house, and it said March 7th.
Let's see.
Well, May 7th.
And in any state. So when The Weeknd's manager Cash XO's house is shot up just days after the recent gunfire at Drake's mansion, which led to a bodyguard being hospitalized, it almost feels like he's hiding in plain sight.
And you notice how they don't usually, you see how they knew who got shot at The Weeknd's house? Or they had names for that? Usually a shooting victim is named. And it's funny, of course he survived, because then ain't no death records you gotta fake. Because the shooting was as real as Trump's shooting. Let's continue. Y'all can hear more about that over at Hateration Nation. I'm just saying. We done lost some subs because of that one. This is how I roll. Let's continue.
Similarly, when Kendrick's pop-out concert attendees Roddy Ricch and Schoolboy Q have faced sudden show cancellations and outright bans from Canada's borders, it really starts to put things into perspective.
I ain't know
Chubb's
Roddy
now
Ricch
being
ain't got
referred to
blocks.
as capo today, which essentially means a captain in the mafia. It seems like there's a hierarchy at work, with Drake perched up right at the top, with ties to the Triple G's, Reps Up Gang, Notorious Gang, Hell's Angels, Mob Ties, YSL, and even the Cedar Block Pyru Bloods, courtesy of the game. Among many others, Drake's OVO sound is essentially the most connected and most powerful crew in hip-hop.
I'm be honest.
Okay. That Drake's midlife crisis picture is wild.
That is the accuracy Ozempic did. And also this last picture right here, he looked like Marcus Houston when he was in Immature on a Never Lie video without
because he had them glasses like that. He do, dog.
Yeah, man. What do you think about the revelations in these connections and oh, my theory, before I forget, my theory was, as you stated earlier, his big ass Bakken Nights and security is whooping niggas' asses who Drake should be able to whoop ass from just pure. And you can't never judge book by its cover, but at the end of the day, certain people you just go from visualizing, you go be like, I think I can whoop them in the fade, right? I think that he is getting these people demolished by the security because he got pissed on, and these dudes, they paying for him not doing shit when he got pissed on. So everybody got to get it the worst. So Baca probably initially like slap dude around because he knew dude when, you know, this how I imagine Baca would slap somebody like that. And then Drake was like, no, Baca, continue, finish him. He was like, yo, bro, like this dude a $105, man. He might not make it. Fuck that, Baca. What am I paying you $20 a fucking hour for, Baca? Get to motherfucking work. Do you want my hand-me-downs like I give the Chubb or not? And then in his mind, he's seeing T.I. homeboy pissing on him and what he wish he could do. Or did I just make up a crazy out of this world 10-4 hat story? Maybe I did.
So let me ask you, do you think Drake got hands?
I be thinking about this all the time, all right? I truly think. Remember when Nas said you talk about hoe, you 36 in karate class and shit, nigga? When he was talking, I believe that Drake might have had the most, like the RZA, nigga. The RZA got the highest level training of martial arts. Like RZA will whoop your ass, nigga. Just like fucking Wesley Snipes and shit. These niggas is high level black belts and shit, right? I would. Just being an intelligent person, if I was a billionaire that grew up like that, hell yeah, I'm taking top old classes and all this shit. I'm gonna be able to do a flying roundhouse kick on a la fucking Johnny Cage and shit, nigga. So I would hope this nigga got hands by now. But I'm guessing on some, the boss shouldn't put his hands on people for you fucking punk ass Drake fans get in here and talk about, you wouldn't tell the boss, or you wouldn't tell Kendrick to handle his lightweight. No, yeah, that's the right, but that's right and shit. But Drake is just, he not that. So he getting judged accordingly from how he, if you do that, you got to put hands on somebody.
You do, bro. And I completely understand why Kendrick said you need to separate the ego with some ayahuasca, bro. This guy is lost, bro.
He on some real life, like all jokes aside and shit, this motherfucker is like a husk. Like he empty. Like he don't have his own self. And on some real shit, I joked earlier, like why you gotta have the Hells Angels and the fucking Pyrus and then the gang over here. When you ain't got no connection to nothing, you grasp to anything. Like this motherfucker is dust in the wind. He like a motherfucking damn raggedy t-shirt in a hobo camp just blowing on a stick. Like he has no form. That's why it's so easy. And not like how Bruce Lee said, have no form, be like water. No, this motherfucker is vaporware. Like he is nothing for real. He just try to fit into whatever shit he got to fit into, and you can never be happy when you have no roots. And he don't like the roots that he got, because if he did, he would have stuck to them instead of trying to create new roots and shit.
Damn, bro, this is sad, bro. It
really is.
I learned a lot about Drake today that I was not aware of, and like he's a whole ass nigga.
He really is, and it it ain't really Dennis' fault, because we got evidence that Dennis was guiding this young man on the music shit. This dude wanted to be the cool kid. He didn't even learn shit from Screech, man. Screech didn't ever try to be Zach Morris. Screech didn't ever try to be AC Slater, except for that one time he got in wrestling, got his ass handed to him, but he still won, because, you know, that was just how TV shows went around that time and shit. But this is why I believe all of the pedo shit and all of the other shit that Ebony Prince 24 was saying on the shit, because since he always trying to fit in shit, right? So since he trying to act gangster with these motherfuckers on this side, then hang out in the outhouse with the damn Hells Angels and shit, but then get in interviews and be like, oh, look at me, oh, my name's Aubrey. He gotta, when he get in them rooms where it's time to be motherfucking damn Epstein, if he doing copying all them other people, I would imagine he copying all them motherfuckers in the room when they doing all that weirdo shit at the Pizzagate party. You know, he just ain't accepted who he is, and that's why Childish Gambino dissed his ass. And we go do a we go react to the day Childish Gambino turned black or became black video next, because I feel like that's very pertinent after this, man. Hey, on some real shit, Fraudry, on some real shit, dude. Take the ayahuasca, man. Pull the ego out from the bottom instead of pulling the BBL from the side. I'm Super Rick. That's Brisk. I hate we had to leave on such a sad note, man. Pray for your duck butter friends out there so they don't turn out like that, man. We'll see you guys later. You know what? I need some ayahuasca now, man. We're out. Damn it. Wow.